So what diets actually work for women? Got that for you coming up. What is up, For Faith Nation? Aaron here with For Faith Fitness, where we give you tips and advice on how to take back control of your health by teaching you how to lose body fat. So if you are new here, consider subscribing. So this is For Faith Fitness's first YouTube video. See? For Faith Fitness. So which diets work for women? A lot of this is going to apply to men as well, but at the end of the video, I'm going to talk about something that specifically applies to women that I've come across with a lot, almost all of my clients that I've ever worked with who are women. But which diets are going to work for you? And the answer to that is a little bit more complicated than you might think. Most diets are going to work for people. And what I mean by that is that most diets aren't going to work for you, but there is a diet out there that is perfect for you. And the proof of that is in the stories. You've heard of 1,000 people who have lost weight on Atkins and kept it off. Probably heard more of people who haven't kept it off. But there's definitely people who have found success. Then you got the exact opposite of Atkins, and that is vegetarianism or even being a vegan. And you've heard of plenty of people who have done that. You've probably heard of people who have lost a bunch of weight on paleo, and you've probably also heard of a bunch of people who have lost weight by just eating Twinkies and protein shakes. That's an actual diet. Go ahead and look it up. Twinkie and protein shake diet. And the point is, there's 1,000 of them out there. All of them have their success stories. So you need to find which diet specifically works for you. And for most people, and this is the real kicker of the video, it's not really dieting at all. You don't have to follow some stringent protocol where you're kicking out an entire food group or you're kicking out foods that you love, pizza, ice cream, donuts, whatever it is. A lot of people, when they are trying to just eat salad and apples, they will eventually fail because of the suffering. And there's going to be more on this in future videos. It's kind of outside of the scope of this video. But which diets work? To simply put it, all of them work. We need to find which one works for you. And the main thing is to take out the suffering. So if a person loves Atkins, if they just love eating nothing but steak and some vegetables and more steak and some pork on top of that, then that diet's going to work really well for them because they're going to be able to stick to it. And that's the key. If you're, I've had plenty of clients that are like, I don't even like meat at all. I eat chicken just to get my protein. I teach them how to get protein without chicken, and they end up being a vegetarian, and they love it. They can stick to it, and that's where their success was found. Not because being a vegetarian is necessarily better for weight loss, and you're going to hear different opinions, but in my experience, being a vegetarian isn't better for weight loss than being on Atkins. I'm not a big supporter of Atkins at all, but people who love it have found a lot of success, so why not embrace that and take that a little bit further and go ahead and use that for your success? So to put it simply, all diets work. We have to find which one works for you, and the main thing is to take the suffering out of it. Specifically for women, though, I found a common problem comes up with almost every single one of my female clients that I've ever worked with. And the problem is the protein intake and struggling to get enough protein. From what I've seen, women tend to just not like to eat chicken breast and pork steaks and meat as much as men do, and so they tend to struggle to get to their protein. And there's definitely ways around that. Again, I'll be doing a lot of videos on how to get more protein in the future. But just to summarize it real quick, chicken breast, I know it's not that exciting, but get a bunch of different spices. Find a local spice shop, not just something like your local grocery store, but find an actual spice shop that specializes in that, and you can have different tasting chicken every single day of the week. So chicken breast, tuna, really any kind of fish, and then making sure that protein is in everything else that you're eating. So if you're eating a carb and you're eating rice, you're not going to be getting a whole lot of protein, but if you swap that out for beans, you're going to be getting pretty much just as many carbs, but more protein, and that's going to go with it. It's more of a nutrient-dense food than rice is. And so that's just a small tip that can help you there as well. But getting your protein is one of the most important things for weight loss. More on that coming up in future videos as well. So at this point, you might be thinking, he didn't really answer my question. What diets work? And the truth is, all of them work. We have to find what specifically is designed for you and what works best for you. And that means that you're happy and there's no suffering. So you can either try different diets until you really find one that's like, this one is going to work. I'm enjoying this and I'm loving this. Or you can stick with me, watch more of my videos coming up in the future, and I'm going to be teaching you how to take the suffering out of dieting, how to take the suffering and the unhappiness out of working out. Because if we can get you enjoying this, think about it, everything in this world that you enjoy, you never quit, or at least you never want to, right? And so if we can get you enjoying the diet and enjoying the working out, and to the point where you're like, I don't even feel like I'm dieting anymore. I'm eating what I want, just a little more carefully, and I'm thinking about it a little more, and I don't even feel like I'm dieting. That's whenever you win, when you don't even feel like you're trying. It might take some time. It's still going to take patience, but you're not going to feel like you're suffering. Days aren't going to feel like weeks, and weeks aren't going to feel like months. So stick with me. Learn a little bit more about how to take the suffering out of it. And in the meantime, if you are a dieter, try swapping it up to something that you think you'll really enjoy. Well, that is it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed what you saw, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more awesome content in the future. Help me make this video better by telling me what diets have worked for you and what you found has taken out the suffering aspect of diets. Thanks, guys, and until next time, God bless.